first thing I did after being reborn as a pig was devour 200 pounds of pig feed and become the fattest pig in the pen. The other piglets thought I'd lost my mind. After all, the fatter you get, the sooner you're slaughtered. Or worse, sent off for breeding. That's even worse than death. But what they didn't know was that I'd awakened a devouring evolution system. The more I ate, the stronger I'd become. Sure, feed gave slow progress, but at least it was safe. I thought I could smoothly reach 1,000 pounds and evolve. But then, 2 humans showed up and ruined everything. A little girl tugged at a man's hand, whining. Her tear-stained eyes kept glancing my way. "Dad, don't kill Big White. He's a good pig." But the man's face didn't change at all. "Don't worry, I won't kill him. The meat market already has him reserved. We'll sell him right before New Year's." After hearing that, the feed suddenly didn't taste so good. At least New Year's was still far off. As long as I evolved before then, I'd find a way to escape this farm. So over the next 2 months, I ate like crazy. Over these 2 months, I frantically sped up how fast I ate. Whether it was cucumbers or pumpkins, I shoved it all into my mouth. But since I was eating all low-energy foods, my stat gains weren't that noticeable. Though compared to other families, I was already a giant. But I was nowhere near strong enough to fight humans. Just as I was thinking this, the man came back with several other men, seeing I'd gotten even fatter. He quickly waved to the group behind him. "Brothers, lend a hand. Once we get my pig loaded up, I'll treat everyone to a good meal." Even though I struggled with all my might, I was still dragged out of the pen by my tail. Looking at the big truck with the iron cage in front of me, my heart sank. With a regular small truck, I could at least try to flip it and escape. But this truck with an iron cage completely crushed my hopes. However, when I was loaded into the truck, I discovered they hadn't actually locked the cage. They just secured it with a latch. This was undoubtedly my last hope of escape, to avoid being discovered by the humans. I waited until the truck got on the highway. Then I kept pushing one end of the latch with my tongue. Just as I was about to open the cage, I suddenly realized something. The city was crawling with humans. Not exactly ideal for my evolution, so I needed to find a forest to avoid any conflict with humans. And the more remote the location, the better for lying low and powering up. After waiting over half an hour, I finally found the perfect spot. A stretch of rolling mountains and forests. Massive trees as far as I could see. Once I got into this primeval forest, even hundreds of people couldn't catch me. There'd be no way to drag me back, so I licked the latch open, then kicked hard with my hind legs, and jumped off the speeding truck. I hit the ground and bent the guardrail, then tumbled down the slope into the river. Lucky my strength and constitution were pretty high, so I only hurt my hind leg. Worried humans might spot me. I didn't waste a second crawling out of the stream, then plunged into the forest. I was planning to find somewhere hidden to recover, but under a large tree up ahead, a dark brown plant caught my eye. On its dark brown root, branches and green leaves sprouted. It's the precious medicinal herb Hisho Wu. Just as I'm about to swallow the Hisho Wu, a giant centipede, half a meter long, suddenly bursts out from behind the tree. His long black-red body rushes straight at me. One bite from this thing could probably take down an elephant. Luckily, I'm over 2 meters tall now, so I just rolled over once and crushed the centipede into pulp. I looked at the mangled mess on the ground and suddenly got an idea. A centipede this size is a real treasure. If I devour it, it should boost my strength by a lot. With that thought, I quickly swallowed the giant centipede whole. At the same time, the system's voice rang in my ears. First animal devoured. Skill awakened. Devouring suction. Directly absorb food to devour. Greatly increases devouring capacity. To test devouring suction, I opened my mouth toward the Hisho Wu. The next second it flew straight at me, shrinking as it flew, until I swallowed it whole. My hind leg tingled. The injured leg healed instantly, and my strength and constitution each went up another 2 points. My weight hit 500 pounds. I could feel the power surging through my body. I couldn't help but feel excited. This forest is my gold mine. After 2 days of eating near the big tree, my weight reached 600 pounds. But the food around here wasn't helping much anymore, so I decided to venture deeper into the forest. When I reached a small river, I opened my mouth toward the fish in the water. Fish after fish flew into my mouth. My strength shot up dramatically, so I just lay down by the river, opening my mouth to devour any fish that came close. But after devouring a certain number of fish, my strength stopped growing. Instead, my constitution attribute kept increasing. As I ate more and more fish, my pale, tender body gradually turned brownish red. Sharp tusks even grew from both sides of my mouth. The system's voice rang out again. Species, wild boar, current weight, 650 pounds. After evolving into a wild boar, my body size had nearly reached 3 meters. Devouring ordinary fish barely helped anymore, so I decided to head even deeper into the forest. But I hadn't gone far when wolf howls suddenly echoed from nearby. I headed toward the wolf howls. Then I hid in some bushes. A pack of wolves was attacking 2 black bears. Normally, wolves wouldn't stand a chance against bears, but the cub beside the big bear was slowing it down. To protect the cub, the big bear didn't dare make any sudden moves. Just then, an alpha wolf nearly 6 feet long spotted me, but seeing my size, it hesitated to attack. But the silence only lasted a few seconds. The black bear swung its massive paw and sent a wolf flying. The alpha howled and led the pack in a counterattack. It even sent a few wolves charging at me. I tensed my hind legs. With one charging rush, I sent 3 wolves flying. The alpha looked at its fallen pack and let out a long howl. Then it led the pack back into the forest. The big bear gave me a long look, then took its cub into the forest. I devoured the wolf carcasses on the ground. My weight reached 700 pounds. My constitution hit 70 and strength hit 80. After eating my fill, I continued leisurely deeper into the forest. But suddenly a bear trap appeared ahead. I immediately realized something was wrong. Only one type of person sets traps deep in a primeval forest. Would set bear traps deep in a primeval forest. Poachers. Just as I was thinking this, tiger's roar suddenly echoed from nearby. Looks like those poachers are after that tiger. After a moment's hesitation, I decided to deal with them. After all, they could be a threat to my safety. But I wasn't planning to go head to head with them. Though with my current size, I could probably take 2 bullets. But I couldn't just charge straight at them. That would be too risky. So I planned to find their camp first, wait until nightfall, then just savage charge right in, and take them all out. After making my plan, I headed toward where the roar came from. But when I arrived at the scene, I only saw 5 poachers sitting in a circle. A plastic bag sat at their feet, with a thick tiger tail sticking out from the opening.